Dear Esther, I sometimes feel as if I've given birth.
Hello, everyone. Today we're
Somewhere
going to
between
talk
reaching
about
the
something
nest
I
of
finished
split
quite a
flowers
long time
or
ago,
beach
actually. I
fringed
finished it
with
last year,
no matter
but I
how
never
well I
really got
polish it,
around talking
it
about it
remains a
because
singularity,
honestly,
an
I
alpha
didn't
point in
have
my
a
life
lot of
that
positive
replaces all
stuff to say
hypotheses.
about it, and I still
I
don't.
turn each time, leaving
I
fresh
really do
marks of
not
what I
have
hoped
anything positive to
before
really
clear over,
say besides the
will have
graphics look
blossomed
good
into
about
fresh
this game,
insight
but
in the interim.
we'll get into that. So, we're talking about Dio Esther, or technically Dio Esther, the Landmark Edition, which is a updated visually. To my understanding, I'm not familiar with the original, but the original Dio Esther was a free mod, and this is its whole own game updated with better visuals, which the visuals are nice. But as I said, I would like to state that we're not going to be very positive in this. This is going to be negative. And Dio Esther is the very definition of a walking simulator game. If you're not familiar with what a walking simulator game is, a game that is primarily usually in first person, very story driven, and usually has very minimal to non existent puzzle solving that revolves heavily around the story that's going on. And even though most walking simulators will, at some kind of base minimum, have some kind of interaction with objects to some state, Dio Esther literally has none. I mean, there's pretty much literally nothing to do besides walking. You can zoom in. But I did a review on what remains of Eden Finch, and I called it probably the greatest walking simulator game I have played to date. Because the big issue I have with a lot of walking simulators is that a lot of times they want to just narrate and blah 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 information to you. Well, what remains could have done that, but instead, every time you went into a situation about one of the family members, you would live that person's situation that ended in their downfall. You got to experience it instead of being standing there blah 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 blah. And that's the problem with DOS Store, because that is literally what it's doing to you, is just saying a bunch of stuff while you're roaming this island. And this is the game. The only other thing that you can do, like I said, is you can zoom, and when you walk into darkness, you will have your flashlight on. But the, there's really not anything else you can do unless you count walking off the side of the island and drowning to death, only to respawn back. If you count that as extra gameplay, committing suicide, which there is a trophy for the PS4 version at least, to commit suicide. Um, but honestly, I'm very open to calling many things games, but it is really hard to call this a game because it literally has so little of anything in it. While the graphics look very nice, they look nice. And it's a real shame because that could have been there could have been like uh there's just nothing else to do in the game. And it's so laughable that the devs of this game actually decried sexism to Project CD Red's game, The Witcher 3. I think they were bitching about their first DLC when they at least did some kind of motion capture video. It's like, at least they actually made a game. But there's nothing going on. You just wander around, look at the environments, and listen to the character monologuing about things. And it's just so cut and dry and boring. Because you're just listening to somebody just say a bunch of stuff. I mean, freaking Gone Home's more interesting than this. I mean, at least in Gone Home, it makes sense what the fuck you're listening to. It's just But aside from some extra lines you get from either where you end up, since on areas where trigger lines being read, or having to replay the game to get the full overall story, this and the music is just pretty. I mean, it cues for moments and things, but I mean, there's not really anything going on here. This is a very cut and dry game, and I really didn't have a lot to add to it. I mean, it's somehow it has what is its Metacritic? Well, it's Metacritic. I'm curious actually now, cause it's like I don't understand how this has so good reviews. Let's see. It has a Metacritic of 68 actually, so it's gone a lot more middle ground since a long time ago. But at a digital price, and you can get DRM free, its digital price is $9.99, and as like I said, as far as I understand, the original game this was built from was a mod that was free originally, so it kind of has the Stanley Parable kind of issue, where it's like, well, you could just play the original for free. Probably get the same experience, really, besides the graphical fidelity being upgraded. But I honestly just don't see who this was built for. Even at a story perspective, this was just a boring ass story. It this essentially somebody. Well, wait, because that's going to go in spoilers. So let's first cover the price, and then we'll go into spoiler. So, like I said, it's $9.99 digitally on PS4, on PC, and I'm not sure if it's on Yes, it's on Xbox One, so you can get it on Xbox One. But Limited One Games had a physical edition. Similar to the last physical edition I covered, the price is greatly fucking varying because the quality, quote unquote quality of this game. Well, if you were to immediately look at eBay, you would probably get the usual kind of pictures of sealed copy, sealed in a plastic thing, cupped up, protected, and add insurance value to it. Graded A and blah blah blah. But if you would quickly scroll or bring up the lowest price tags, you would find the DOS store is not moving very well on eBay, as resellers are finding with a lot of limited one releases, as you can easily find a copy for about $20, maybe a little lower if you wait. I don't see this becoming valuable anytime soon. But, is it worth buying a physical version? I wouldn't say so. If you were really interested in trying this game, I would wait for a really cheap sale of the PC version, since a lot of PC prices for stuff like this can get really low during sales for like $1 or something. I wouldn't pay more than $5 for this game, personally. I just honestly can't recommend this game. The graphics, the environment is like the only thing going for it. It has no gameplay, it has nothing interesting besides just walking and listening to dialogue being narrated to you. No scenes, nothing. Probably the only other real interesting thing is if you look real closely, sometimes you can see somebody in the far distance as they vanish in a few little moments in the game, and it's just. But those are my thoughts on DOS. So quick on spoilers. Let's get on with it. So basically, the story is just about this person going to commit suicide. Basically, that's how it ends. You get to this, you go through this island, a cave, an underwater area thing, and you climb up this tower, jump off, and symbolism torn into a board to indicate like you committed suicide and your soul's like flying off or some shit. It's I don't feel any connections. I feel more connected to freaking Gone Home than this freaking thing. This is probably one of the most awful fucking things that I played that doesn't reach bug level. Like, you know, as in, like, it has actual bugs, flaws that actually hinder the game. Like, this is just, ugh. I am so sorry for this terrible assness. Just stay away from this game, please. Please. If you're gonna play a walking simulator, I highly recommend going get What Remains of Edith Finch, or pretty much anything else besides this. This is the worst fucking walking simulator I have ever seen, played, and it will take skill and on purpose mindset to become way worse than this thing. And somebody will probably do it. One day, probably. But hopefully not anytime soon. So, if you actually bailed through this video, thank you for watching. And until next time, hopefully we will show something a little more interesting. But because of how I been doing my reviews lately, actually doing a bit of a script to that to kind of help out, keep thoughts on track. I think it's been helping that, but that's one of the reasons this came out, because I put a few older games that I didn't cover anything on. So, and well, most of these I've been writing one draft and then a second draft. Like I would write. How I basically do is I write all my thoughts down, and then I do the second draft, reorganizing all those thoughts in a better organization. But I didn't even redraft this. I only did one sheet of paper on this thing. It's just that forgettable, endlessly pointless to me. I'm terribly sorry for anyone who liked this game. Though I would love to actually hear why you like the game if you do. Please feel free to express that. I have no problem if somebody likes the game, but to me, it's just dreadful. There's so much better and meaningful experiences, in my opinion, to experience even within walking simulator type games themselves, let alone tons of things outside of them. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Please leave a like if you learned something new, or leave a dislike, because this game is freaking awful, and what was there to learn but staying away? Stay away from the summoner.
私の作った朝ごはん乾燥だよ乾燥そうかそう